Thank you for joining me at Optimal Frequency. I'm Grant. I talk to spirits here at my house using sources of white noise. I then remove the sounds of the white noise with an artificial intelligence, and that leaves behind only the spirit responses to my questions. We are in the middle of a session where I have gone to my sink and I have contacted Nikola Tesla. He's come through, he's answering. My spirit team's guiding him. They're all answering. The answers are amazing. Pay attention in this to how many times I ask a question about Edison or whoever, and then you hear that same word, Edison. Or if I talk about pigeons, they talk about pigeons, that kind of stuff. So this is part 2 to Nikola Tesla. In 1915, Reuters news agency reported that the 1915 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to Thomas Edison and yourself, and yet the prize was eventually awarded to others, with rumors that either one of you or both, yourself and Thomas Edison, refused to accept the award, or that Edison refused it to stop you from getting it. Did a rivalry between you and Edison stop the Nobel Prize from being yours? You and Mr. Edison are both dead and passed over to wherever it is you are now. Do you ever see Thomas Edison where you are? Do you work together over there? Are you what we would call friends? You fed pigeons from your hotel and nursed some of them back to life, even spending $2,000 to care for one bird while she was healing. Now, I'm just going to stop right there for a second. To me, out of all the questions I'm going to ask, this is the most important one. I think you probably agree with me. Just want to throw out there that I talk about Edison. He says Edison 2 or 3 times. I talk about pigeons. He talks about pigeons that are hungry immediately after I talk about it. And the whooshing noise, I don't know what that is, but it's darn weird, and I have never noticed it in other sessions. Maybe it's there, but I mean, it's awful noticeable in this one. Kind of stuff I wanted to mention as we're going through here. But yeah, they're on topic. They're always... I'm talking to him. They said his name, Nikola... Well, they said Nick Tesla, but I mean, maybe they called him Nick back in the day, right? Probably did. You stated... I loved that pigeon as a man loves a woman, and she loved me. As long as I had her, there was purpose to my life. Have you been reunited with your pigeon friend? Shivers across my back. And is she still a pigeon, or was this a spirit of a friend? Okay, so this was a pretty amazing response coming up. Not only does he answer the question directly, exactly what I asked, he answers it, says the word pigeons again. Now, the only thing about this was that there's 2 voices. So as he's talking, he says something. And then I think it's the word Japanese. Somebody says Japanese over top of it. So pay attention the first time you hear it to the white writing. Try and ignore the orange. And then the second time, maybe listen to the word Japanese. And then the third time, see if you can differentiate between the two words. I kind of hear, I think it's Japanese, but I mean, you might hear something different. How important is love? Were you a lonely man while you were here, living the life of Nikola Tesla? At the age of 81, while making your nightly commute to feed your pigeon friends, you were struck by a taxi cab. Your back was wrenched and 3 ribs broken. Did this event shorten your lifespan as you died 5 years later? When you did pass away, did the government or military steal any of your work? You had claimed often that you had invented a death ray. Did it really exist? Did the military steal your plans? And did they build it? What is the greatest regret of the life you lived as Nikola Tesla? You know what this feels like? This feels like when you leave the room and your wife steals your phone, logs onto your Facebook and says, I have the greatest wife ever. You know, I asked Nikola Tesla a question, but it's like Edison snuck in there and went, thank God for Edison. And then somebody says they both have a great sense of humor. It's funny. Who greeted you when you crossed over? I'm wondering if it said his mother. Have you since communicated with God? Will you ever come back to Earth and live a life here again? Okay, are you getting this? Are you picking up what I'm hearing here? So I go out and recruit Stephen Hawking. Like I just left here and went and talked to my wife for 10 minutes about this. This is mind-blowing stuff, okay? I did this for a year and a half, whatever. You never hear Stephen Hawking. You never hear a peep about Stephen Hawking till I go, I do a session to contact him. I ring him up out of the blue using this method. Stephen Hawking, can you join our team? Okay, he does. Next thing you know, he's trying to enlist Nikola Tesla, who says it's possible. Like, I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to sit back and let these guys figure it out. Like, this is mind-blowingly freaking amazing to me. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. It just blows my mind that here's Stephen Hawking now working on our team, and he's like, hey, we could use that dude. He knows his science. Right? Like, would you be a scientist? Okay, I want to say something here. So I've had these idiots on Reddit and whatever else. Oh, he's trying to talk to this famous person, that famous person. Oh, he's just trying to make YouTube. I couldn't make this shit up, people. I'm telling you. I mean, that's funny. They made a good joke. It's being hired by Stephen Hawking. It's better than Grant. What you get is the God's honest truth. Okay, I'm not making this up. Whatever this is, it is. It's funny. It's a joke. But here's the thing that I'm feeling. Okay, that we're all idiots here, sitting here thinking that these are famous people. We are all the same. And the fact that I could talk to Stephen Hawking because he's passed over, or Nikola Tesla, they find it very humorous is what I'm feeling. The fact that, like, I sit here honestly and say, well, I'm going to do this session, throw it on YouTube, but I'm going to try and talk to Nikola Tesla. I wonder if he'll come through, because I'm thinking in my mind, he's a super famous, intelligent researcher, scientist, whatever, right? He's not going to want to talk to little old me, yet they come through and they talk to me. Why do they come through and talk to me? Because we are no better than each other. We are all the same. We are all experiencing the same thing in one lifetime or another. Do you have a message for me, Nikola? Do you have a message for humanity, Nikola? All right, thank you very much, sir, for coming through and answering my questions. I really super appreciate that. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'd like to ask the spirits now, do you have a message for any of our viewers today? If so, please state the name of the viewer that you have the message for, and then leave them a message. All right, thank you, team. Thank you, Mr. Tesla. Love, joy, peace, and adventure to all of you. Sending out some light. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to you. We will catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey, I got no kettle fountain to unplug and drain and turn. Hey, this is awesome. Superman!